Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Roundabout Theatre Company kicks off their 2017-2018 season with a brand new production of J.B. Priestley's Time and the Conways, which is directed by Tony Award winner Rebecca Teichman. And we're here on opening night to celebrate with the company, led by Downton Abbey's Elizabeth McGovern. What has it meant for you with working on this play and why you wanted to direct it?
This play hasn't been produced in New York since 1938, and I felt it resonates with our moment in this very sort of surprising, profound way. Find it deeply meaningful and profoundly moving. So it felt like an important play to remember and revive at this time. The play is simultaneously sort of looking at a bourgeois class that is kind of driven by greed, a certain principle of greed and kind of narcissism, and a working class that feels rendered invisible and is enraged, deeply enraged by it. And it feels like in this very other time, in this very other way, painfully relevant to what we're living through right now. And it's kind of shocking to think that he was writing about this on the cusp of World War II, and that it feels so relevant.
What a great role. Talk about the role, this great woman you play.
Her name is Joan, and she's just an achiever, and she goes about it in a very interesting way. She tries to marry into a higher status, and it doesn't go too well for her, but it's exciting as she attempts it. Yeah.
What do you love the most about the play? This play could have been written today.
Absolutely. What I love about it is the exploration of time, the idea that the choices that we make do change. They will have consequences and rewards, and we get to see that in this play. And so it's a very timely conversation as we make choices about climate change and politically and even just everyday life. It's bound to have a repercussion of some kind.
It's an incredibly deep play, and I'm lucky to be the man with the deepest material about time. And so it's been a real exploration in delving into the depths of the play, but also into the depths of the substance of what he's trying to talk about. And it's been a real treat, an amazing cast of individuals and the great leadership of Rebecca Teichman. I feel very, very pleased to be in the position I am.
What an incredible role you get to play. Talk about the role, the man you play, and what you love the most about him.
He's interesting. I was initially sort of moved by his depth and the stuff he's talking about time, but in the process of playing it, it's been interesting. He stands and he endures so much without saying anything, and that's been a real interesting thing, to find my life through pages and pages of the text where I don't speak. And I think, where is this man's mind that he's able to have this much kindness and empathy after witnessing this much cruelty? And I feel like each performance I get a little bit deeper, and I hope that continues to be the case throughout the whole run.
Okay, so what has your journey been like with working on this play?
It's been really wonderful. In some ways, I feel like I've been slumming it downtown for so long that it's not bad up here. But also, I work on new plays so much, and in some ways, this felt like a new play just because it's so rarely done here, in this country at least. But in other ways, it's not a new play, and so the process is cleaner, almost. You know what I mean? It's not like, all right, preview number 6, new scene. Go up with that, you know what I mean? It's like,
the text is already there.
Yeah, the text is there, and there's just so much support from the Roundabout and everything that my cast is wonderful, my director is wonderful. It's been a dream.
It's such a gorgeous piece of text, and I was just trying to soak up how everyone was approaching it, because there are Broadway veterans in the cast, and there are actors that I've admired for years, and so I was just trying to constantly learn from watching them. So it was an unbelievable experience for me.
She's such a beautiful role. Talk about who you play and what you love about her.
Carol is a dreamer and an optimist and has a real love for life. And you know, I think whatever role you play rubs off on you a little. And I've just been hoping that since playing her, I've been trying to listen a little harder to people and notice when people are having a hard time. And I hope that it inspires the most kind of compassionate version of myself. She's just a good reminder to lead with love, always.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a magnificent journey. I'm surrounded by such talent. Our director is incredible. We've had a marvelous time.
Now talk about the man that you play.
So Robin is a tricky guy, a very confident guy in the first act, full of life, full of spirit. Comes back from World War I, a hero. He survived, which was a miracle. You know, it was one of the first times that we'd ever really flown planes, let alone taken them to war. And so he arrives back and he's full of zest and confidence and rivalry with his siblings, and especially his brother. And then, of course, we shoot into the second act, and you see what the comeuppance of all of that is, and his relationship, of course, with his mother being enabled, and very unfortunately so, we see what happens to this poor sod.
How relevant this play is. J.B. Priestley could have written this yesterday.
No, he's a soothsayer. I mean, the issues that he's dealing with are always applicable. You know, how time changes us, and also capitalism versus socialism, which we're dealing with now, and it's always applicable.
Okay, let's talk about this brilliant man you play, because your character has all the answers.
Sure, no, he has all the answers. He's the only one that knows what's up. Everybody else is just floundering, and they expect him to save them, and he's like, no. I'm a self-made man. I'm keeping what I got.
Talk about what you love about the woman you play.
Hazel is really fun, and there's something very beautifully tragic about her, you know, and I think we're trying to lace in the first and the third acts how she is greedy, she is selfish, but she desperately cares a lot about what people think about her, and she actually has very low self-esteem, and I think that's how she ends up with Ernest Beavers, as we see that he comes in and he compliments her and feeds off of that insecurity that I think that she really truly has, and just the sad story about what it means to be a woman in 1937 and you can't get divorced and you have a family, and there's something really beautifully tragic about her, and I'm so thankful that I get to play her every night.
It's an incredible journey you get to go on.
It is a real gift as an actor that we get to play these characters and follow them 20 years in the future. That's something like I've never gotten to play a play like this before, or even a television or a film, so it's a wonderful gift.
It's been such fun doing this. I mean, we have another 2 months. I say it's been, but we've been doing it a month, so, you know.
Working with a phenomenal director. What was it like with the self-discovery with this cast in the rehearsal room with her?
Great, so good. She's very good, and she pushed us to find every single little detail we could, and one of my favorite directors so far, and there's been a lot, so that's saying something. Yeah, I loved working with her. And this company is great. Such nice people, so talented.
Great role you play. What do you love about her the most?
Oh, I love the change. I love doing her young. I love seeing how life has screwed her over and the mask she's had to develop, and then how the mask breaks down when she gets upset and when her brother comforts her, and it's just like this, you know.
I am so lucky to be in this company. Every day I just pinch myself because every single actor is so fantastic, and we've got material that we're all really fascinated by, and it's challenging, and we're just having a gas.
It's such a beautiful play. Yeah. I knew of the play. I knew Inspector Calls really well. And when I knew you were coming in this, I said, I'm not going to do a lot of research. I'm going to sit in the theater and just really let it play out. Yeah. I'm fascinated by this play.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that, because I am too, and it's not a play people know, as far as I can tell. I think it's a bit forgotten. It's not an easy play to do. It's quite subtle. And, you know, it was challenging. And thank God we had a fantastic director. And she was really strong with us. That I really do appreciate that. So, sometimes you just get lucky and you just stumble on a great package. And I think that's what's happened to me. I don't know what I've done to deserve it, but I feel grateful.
When you took your bow tonight back on Broadway, do you remember what you were thinking?
Well, I was just so grateful. I felt so grateful to be even alive, and much less doing what I love. I mean, how many people can say that? And I'm just grateful.